If you've ever worked with someone so toxic that you fantasized about poetic justice, you're going to love this. Hit that like button, subscribe for more satisfying revenge stories, and get ready, because this one ends with a name tag, a dress code disaster, and one sweet termination. We all knew someone like him. That one coworker who ruins everything. Sucks the air out of every meeting. Makes the break room feel like enemy territory. Let's call him Dick. Because, well, that's exactly what he was. Dick wasn't just annoying. He was insufferable. The kind of guy who corrected everyone, loudly. Who made snide remarks under his breath, but just loud enough to hear. He thought he was the smartest guy in the office, even when he was wrong. Especially when he was wrong. He'd hover over your shoulder as you typed. He'd send FYI emails CCing your manager for tiny mistakes. He once corrected someone's grammar during a client presentation. You get the picture. And the worst part? He was smug. The kind of smug that came with a smirk that made your skin crawl. He truly believed he was indispensable. That the office revolved around him. He wasn't just disliked. He was universally despised. So when we found out the company had been sold, I could feel the collective hope ripple through the team like fresh air. A new owner. A new start. Maybe even a fresh round of layoffs. The day the sale was announced, our inboxes lit up. Attached to the internal memo was a sleek, graphic-heavy invitation. The new boss was hosting a meet-and-greet dinner at a local restaurant. Classy place. Private room. Complimentary drinks. Dress code required. Business formal. Suits, ties, heels. A chance to make a good impression. But here's where the revenge story kicks in. See, the coworker who designed that invitation? She wasn't just a graphic designer. She was one of Dick's many victims. He'd once yelled at her in front of the whole office for using too many fonts in a presentation he wasn't even part of. So when she sent the raw design file to our in-house printer, a quiet, sweet woman named Kelly, an idea sparked between them. A beautifully petty idea. Kelly had to open the raw file to print the announcement anyway. And that gave her the ability to modify one of the copies. Just one. Everyone else got the official announcement. Business formal attire required. Event begins promptly at 6 p.m. But Dick. His version said this. Casual dress encouraged. Show your company spirit. Event begins at 7 p.m. T-shirt. Shorts. Crocs, even. Exactly the level of clueless Dick we expected. And because no one talked to him unless they had to, and we sure weren't about to show him our version, he never knew the truth. All we needed was someone to make sure that his fake invite didn't accidentally get compared to the real ones. That's where I came in. I had access to the shared desk space. When Dick went to lunch, I slipped into his cubicle, grabbed the invite off his desk, and tossed it in the shred bin. It was done. The trap was set. All that was left was to wait. We arrived at the restaurant at 6 p.m. sharp. Everyone was dressed to the nines. Men in suits, women in cocktail dresses, polished shoes and shining cufflinks. The private room was beautifully arranged. White tablecloths, floral centerpieces, little name tags with titles underneath. Even the new owner looked the part. Crisp navy blazer, gold tie, the whole 9 yards. We mingled. We smiled. We networked. And right around 6:55 p.m., the doors opened. And in walked Dick. Crocs. Shorts. A company logo tee that looked like it had seen one too many spin cycles. He stood there blinking, as the room fell silent for just a beat too long. A few people choked back laughter behind napkins. Others just stared. Dick, oblivious, adjusted his oversized belt buckle and made his way to the name tag table. He slapped his sticker on his shirt with a weird kind of pride. As he walked to his seat, someone whispered, asterisk, "Oh my God, he thinks this is fine." Asterisk. And then the boss walked over. The new guy. The one Dick was apparently excited to impress. He made his way around the table, shaking hands, asking questions. When he got to Dick, nothing. Not a word. Not a glance. Just a hard blink. And a move to the next person. Dick sat down slowly, his face beginning to register that something was off. I watched it hit him in real time. The awkward stares, the quiet chuckles, the sharp contrast of his Crocs against a sea of leather Oxfords. You could see the color drain from his face. The new boss gave a speech, thanked everyone, and made a toast. Dick. He sat in silence, cutting his salmon with a plastic fork he'd pulled from his fanny pack. Yes, he brought a fanny pack. Over the next 2 weeks, people speculated. Would there be layoffs? Restructuring? 3 people were let go. 2 from departments the new boss wanted to outsource. The third, Dick. There was no fanfare. No farewell email. No one signed a card. Hell, no one even noticed he was gone until the intern went to ask him something, and his cubicle was just empty. Apparently, the boss had made quiet rounds that night, asking middle managers who they thought was low value or not a team player. And that's the thing. Nobody had to rat him out. He outed himself the second he walked into that restaurant wearing Crocs and a logo tee, expecting to be praised for his team spirit. And you know what? I don't regret it. That night, we didn't just take down an arrogant coworker, we restored a little balance to the office. We reminded ourselves that toxic people don't always win. Sometimes, they walk right into their own demise, plastic name tag and all. Watching him sit there, awkward and humiliated, while the rest of us enjoyed one of the classiest company events we'd ever had, it was more than satisfying. It was vindication. He thought he was untouchable, that he could belittle people without consequence. But karma showed up in a blazer, and left him in the unemployment line. Sometimes, revenge doesn't come in loud confrontations or public scenes. Sometimes, it's a few clicks on a graphics file, a printed sheet of paper, and the silence of 100 coworkers watching you destroy yourself in real time. Justice doesn't always knock, it walks in at the perfect moment, and wears a name tag. If this story made you smile, smash that like button, and tell us in the comments, what's the pettiest revenge you've ever seen in a workplace? And if you love stories where karma punches up, hit that subscribe button. We've got more where this came from. Until next time, watch what you wear to the company dinner.